Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the PowerHouse podcast. And here with Travis and Corey. So today, guys, we're talking about Facebook. It's one of the biggest things we always talk about here is the algorithms. It's always changing. It's always changing. You got to up your game all the time. Which one of you guys want to go first?
Go first.
All right, here we go. Corey, what you got today?
As far as Facebook, social media is just changing almost daily, it feels like, right? So you always gotta, keep up, keep doing the things that, look around you. If you see somebody doing something that you're not doing and it's working, suck in your pride. If you don't like it, if it's crazy, don't do it. If it's like gonna, defamation of your business and it's like not a good look, don't do it. But if it's working for that person and you're not doing it, do it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know it doesn't work for you. So I think you also, it's always changing, but you always got to recognize that it's changing. Because if you don't know and you're like, oh well, it's good. It's been working for me for 3 years now. Great, but you could be 10xing that in the past 2 years, and you don't even know it because you haven't tried. So my big thing is like, just be aware of your other businesses and your surroundings of what they're doing on social media and how they're operating. Because I tell you what, we're on social media so much. I see somebody doing something, and then like I'll see someone do it like a year or two later, and I'm like, you should have been doing that. Like that whole space that you just missed, you missed so many clients that now that person's got or someone else has got. So just be aware of your surroundings and do what other people are doing. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, don't do it.
So to feed off that, Travis had a question for you. Corey says, watch other people. When Corey says that, I know what Joe or Sally listening to this podcast is thinking. I run an auto shop. I need to go look at what all the other auto shops are doing. Is that right? Do I just look at the auto shops, or do I go and look at everything or look at everybody?
Great question, Todd. I think you look at everybody. Yes, you want to be the industry expert in your industry, right? So you want to know what's going on in your own field locally, but maybe even nationally, right, to pull new ideas. But I think as you're trying to be fresh and see what else is out there, why wouldn't you look at everything within 100 miles of you? See if there's something out there. And here's an idea. So say you're in the medical industry, and the medical industry is hot in 3 different states or 3 different regions of the country. Go look in those 3 different states and look and see what other companies are doing. I think the other part, and I think it's pretty simple, but I think it's really hard for entrepreneurs to wrap their head around. Stick to your swim lane. If it's not what you do, like if you don't want to do social media because you don't understand it or you don't know it, then hire somebody to do it. Like still get it done. Just don't like, oh, you know what? I've got what I have works, so don't worry about it. No, you know that's where the world's going. Get somebody to do it and be proficient at it. So,
I think one of the things that a lot of people who are getting into Facebook or even social media, they think they've got a hold on it, but they're not in the right channels. They're not in the right places. So they're not really seeing, we started years ago when Facebook started, business advertising. What we used to get, an ad could be in front of 4,000 people for $50. For $50 we could probably be in front of 14,000 people.
Oh, yeah.
Now $50 might get you in front of a couple of thousand people. You have to up your game on your social media almost every week. And to your point, you can't just look in your industry like what's really hot, what's cutting edge that only a few people are doing that I can jump on now before everybody else does, and now I can own that lane. And I'm always looking out there. If you're not constantly sharpening the sword and making your social media better, you're going to get left in the dust. I mean, the new algorithm change, we're putting less ads on. We want it to be more social like it used to be. We're competing at a higher price point for the same ad space. A lot of your smaller businesses who don't have $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, $20,000 ad budget are going to fall off social media advertising because their game's not strong enough to stay.
Yep. And then just to piggyback off that, I know a lot of big influencers talk about it. Like not only your small businesses, but you know, the Facebook's changing. You got to be ready for when those bigger companies come in. Because when Coca-Cola, when you know Pepsi, when car companies, when whoever that have hundreds of millions of dollars in their budgets start dipping into social media and Facebook, and you're already starting to see a lot of companies do it. That's why like these small startup companies do so well on social media, because they kind of have somewhat of a budget to do that, and they have these creative, unique, like Casper. Those commercials, like those funny commercials, they work, right? But like once you start getting these big companies to dive into that stuff, you small entrepreneur business owners won't be able to afford to make a Facebook post, to put a video, to go live, you won't be able to afford it.
To get in front of people.
You won't. Just the same reason why you can't afford a 30-second TV spot on a Super Bowl, because you don't have the budget for it. It's the same. That will turn into Facebook.
Look at Google AdWords. When Google first came out, you could get pennies for the clicks. I mean, for nothing. And now, to get clicks, you're anywhere from $2 to some of them are $100 a click.
It's crazy.
All right, guys, that's it. Sharpen your sword. Make your content better. Make it above and beyond everybody else's. Go out and look at other industries and study what the top tier people are doing. It's PowerHouse Marketing.
Yep.
This is
Corey.
and
Travis.
and Todd. Peace, guys.
Thanks.
Hey guys, Corey here from PowerHouse Marketing. Thanks for checking out the podcast today. And if you have anyone that could use this information, please pass it along to them and help them out in their business. See you guys.